All right, we're going to move on to Maddie B 1023's question. Why does Brian not include pension contributions in the 25% savings rate if household income is over $200K per year? Can he elaborate? Thank you. I also like that only Brian is getting credit for this.
Maddie B 1023. I guess my
Brian, you
matter.
have to answer for this one.
Hey, but why do you not include pension contributions in the 25% for folks that make over $200,000 of household income?
Well, it's not. He says pension, but it's actually any employer contribution once your household income is over $200,000. The why is pretty important. Is that look? Because I know the goal of saving 25%. That's a pretty steep barrier for most people, and I give a lot of grace for households under $200,000 because you're closer to the social safety net. Social Security is going to have one heck of an impact on your retirement when you make less than that, and I know how hard it is to get to 25%. So I tell people, yeah, if your employer is putting in a 6% match, count that towards your 25% because that all goes towards it. However, the person who has $200,000 of household income coming in, you've got money coming in. And there's a responsibility that once you have reached a level of success at your multiple six figures, you need to be taking that responsibility and understand that the burden of what you make is really on your shoulders. Because if you make $200,000 and you can't save 25%, I'm going to argue you probably spend enough that when you actually remove the training wheels of your, well, it's not even really training. When you remove the food source of your job away from you at retirement, if you have not built up enough underneath you of your army of dollars working for you so you don't have to use your brain, your hands, and your back, then you're going to have a horrible situation. And my goal as your tour guide and your coach and everything else that we try to be here at the Money Guy Show is to make sure you get the best version of yourself. And so you better take that responsibility serious, because if you can't get a 25% at $200,000, you need to take a cold, hard look at what the heck am I doing with my savings. And because the worst case in my situation is you get to retirement and you've done 25% plus you've got your employer's portion, whether it's pension, whether it's match on a 401k, and it's gravy. I have yet in all of our wealth surveys we do every year, and this thing's been going on now years, is nobody says, man, I wish I'd have spent a little more in my 20s and 30s and 40s. No, every time, without a doubt, one of our most popular comments when we leave the open section is, I wish I'd have told somebody would have told my younger self to do exactly what you guys talk about on the Money Guy Show. Save as early and often as you can, because it's going to let you be the best version of your retired self in the future.
You just said something there that I think is worth mentioning. When a dollar comes into our possession, there's only three things that we can choose to do with it. We only have three options. We can give it away, we can save it, or we can spend it. You said it perfectly, Brian. If you're not saving it and you're not giving it away, then your lifestyle is increasing. And then the onus of what you will need to, or the volume of what you will need to replace when you get to retirement is now higher. And so you have an even larger onus to save more. In your worst case scenario, you end up retiring early because you saved 25% and you had the pension. I mean, that's not a super bad worst case scenario. I just want to say something because Maddie B tried to exclude me from this question. That's why I put that out there.
Only Brian.
I don't really think he excluded you.
No, he wanted to know why you said that. Thank you for your question, Maddie B.